And you don't even have to go to a travel agent to subscribe. You just pick up the phone and call 1-800-382-7800. And if you call before the preview ends, that's midnight Sunday, call before then, you'll save money. You'll get an installation discount. Now, it's true that with Showtime you won't get any frequent flyer miles, but you will get something for everyone in the family. Action heroes like Arnold Schwarzenegger coming up in just a few minutes. But first, Elaine Boozler sounds off about her own lack of total recall skills.
Total recall, wouldn't that be a blessing? The older I get, the more I realize I can't remember anything. It took me about 3 hours to come up with the word chiropractor yesterday. Yet I know all the Beach Boys lyrics for no reason at all. In a second, I could go, well, East Coast girls are hip. Do I need that? I don't need that. The future would be if we could go into tape stores and just say, just erase everything before 1980, all those bubblegum lyrics before 1980, and move chiropractor more to the front, could you?
Elaine Boozler. You know, action isn't all you get at Showtime. We have great comedies. Comedies you can only see on Showtime. Examples, L.A. Story, starring Steve Martin. Or Alice, directed by Woody Allen and starring Mia Farrow. We also have other big Hollywood hits. Examples, the romantic comedy Green Card, or the Oscar-nominated drama Awakenings, starring Robin Williams and Robert De Niro. Plus, great comedy specials. Mark Schiff, My Crummy Childhood, that's one. Or Tim Allen, Rewires America. We have an award-winning collection of family programs that you'll see each and every weekday. Kids enjoy hours of entertainment on Showtime, with shows like We All Have Tales, a really wonderful animated series of folklore favorites. Now, for fans of championship boxing, oh, this is the place. There's the Showtime Championship Boxing Report, hosted by Steve Alpert. We mean it when we say Showtime entertains you like no one can. Don't miss any more of the entertainment excitement. Pick up that phone now. Dial 1-800-382-7800. Then take a long vacation right in front of your television set. Coming up now, Arnold Schwarzenegger goes off in search of himself in the blockbuster R-rated adventure, Total Recall. Boy, does Schwarzenegger always get to say great lines, consider that a divorce, or I'll be back. Arnold first came onto the movie scene in a film called Pumping Iron, a documentary that was supposed to be about bodybuilders. It pretty much ended up being about Arnold. He stole that film, and within a few short years, he was one of the hottest stars in Hollywood. I'm Bill Harris, back with you here for the free preview weekend, and we have plenty of those super hot stars here at Showtime. Mel Gibson, Michelle Pfeiffer, Jodie Foster, Sean Connery. You get the idea? If you want to see these great stars in their big hits, you should subscribe to Showtime. We bring you more than 120 program choices each and every month, and all for only about 35 cents or less per day. All you have to do to come aboard is call 1-800-382-7800, or a local number if you see one on your screen. And since you probably don't make as much money as Schwarzenegger, and no one does, we're going to give everyone a break. If you call during the free preview weekend and receive a money-saving installation discount guaranteed. With Showtime, you can enjoy a world of entertainment variety in the comfort and convenience of your own home. We entertain you like no one can. We have over 70 different films each and every month, and we're committed to bringing you hundreds of movies that you won't see anywhere else. Exclusive blockbusters like Misery, starring James Caan, and Academy Award-winning Kathy Bates. Or Pretty Woman, starring Julia Roberts and Richard Gere. Plus a film you'll get to see later tonight, Narrow Margin. I like this one, starring Gene Hackman and Ann Archer. Hackman's own rise to stardom began 30 years ago, 1961. 10 years later, he had an Oscar for The French Connection. Gene's more the thinking man's action hero, as we see in a Narrow Margin.
Let me tell you something. A police officer died trying to help get you back to Los Angeles. He was a good man. I'm gonna get you back there, I promise.
I can't tell you what a comfort that is.
Don't think I like you.
So the weekend in Paris is off.
You got a big mouth. At least you could put it to good use on the witness stand.
I don't think you hear very well. I am not testifying at this trial.
You still don't get it, do you? These guys are grown-ups. They got automatic weapons. It doesn't matter what you tell them. If they see you, they're gonna kill you.
Narrow Margin is a Showtime exclusive. What does it mean? It means you won't see the film anywhere else on television. But movies are just the beginning of the exclusive entertainment you find on Showtime. We also have exclusive comedy with some of the funniest people on the planet. We also have championship boxing and fun-filled children's programs shown each and every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. and Sundays from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. just for the kids and the parents. So don't miss out on all the entertainment. Call 1-800-382-7800 or dial the local number at the bottom of your screen. Order Showtime. Either phone number will get you that installation discount. Before we go on to our next movie, Narrow Margin, I recommend. Also, let's check in at our phone center with Brian Regan.
Thanks, Bill. Brian Regan here at Showtime Command Center. You can see everybody behind me is working hard, taking your calls as you order Showtime. So just call 1-800-382-7800 to get all the great movies. There's championship boxing, fun family programs, and hysterical comedy specials. Would you knock it off? I'm trying to tell everybody at home how they can get Showtime. I mean, it's really distracting when you're doing that. Yeah, okay, so just dial 1-800-382-7800 or the local number on your screen and order Showtime today.
What would I do if I ran a premium TV network? Well, let me tell you. First, I'd get the best movies money could buy, and I'd never cut them up with commercials. You know, stuff like Three Men and a Little Lady, and Mermaids with Cher, and Green Card, and Look Who's Talking too. Scary stuff like Misery, and Arachnophobia. I'd get romantic stuff with Sean Connery for my wife, and for my kids, those green guys with the pizza. And for the real little ones, I'd have their favorite stories, and lots of music too. And then I'd make movies with stuff.
Hi, Paul Reiser, and I'm still here. Isn't that something? I mean, you were just watching my special where I was on stage, and now, here I am, I'm sitting on a chair. I'm still here. I'm still on your TV set. How does that happen, you ask? You know how? Cable magic. That's right. The miracle of Showtime. You know, Showtime is a network that knows comedy. It knows comedy. There are so many great specials. Elaine Boozler's Live Nude Girls, Mark Schiff's My Crummy Childhood, Tim Allen Rewires America, and Jeff Cesario, Some Assembly Required. And these are really funny people in comedy specials that you can see only on Showtime. And right now, here is Janelle Arison to tell you about some of the other great entertainment that you will find on Showtime.
Thanks, Paul. All right, I have to admit it. I'm not nearly, well, not quite as funny as Paul Reiser. I don't know, maybe it's because I always laugh before I deliver a punchline. But I do know great entertainment when I see it, and I see plenty of it on Showtime. The quality and variety of our programs makes us the premium cable network. Now, for an average of $10 or less per month, you get the top-of-the-line movie entertainment with true blockbusters like Total Recall, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 and 2, and Pretty Woman. Now, these are exclusive movies you won't see anywhere else on television, and we show them uncut and commercial-free. Now, that's reason enough to call 1-800-382-7800 or the local number if one appears on your screen and order Showtime now. If you're calling during this free preview, you'll even get a money-saving installation discount. Make that call, and you can get all the entertainment you want without leaving your living room.
What would I do if I ran a premium TV network? Well, let me tell you. First, I'd get the best movies money could buy, and I'd never cut them up with commercials. You know, stuff like Three Men and a Little Lady, and Mermaids with Cher, and Green Card, and Look Who's Talking too. Scary stuff like Misery, and Arachnophobia. I'd get romantic stuff with Sean Connery for my wife, and for my kids, those green guys with the pizza. And for the real little ones, I'd have their favorite stories, and lots of music too. And then I'd make movies with stars like Jodie Foster, Dennis Hopper, Barbara Hershey, John Travolta, and Lou Gossett Jr. And I'd make my own comedy specials with Tim Allen and Elaine Boozler in The Super One. And I'd have championship boxing. And I'd have interviews with the stars and go behind the scenes. And I'd hire those guys who say stuff like,
The following program is presented exclusively on Showtime.
Showtime? It's true. They do entertain you like no one can.
Hi again, Janelle Arison here. Taking us into the second day of Showtime's free preview weekend is Narrow Margin, starring Gene Hackman and Ann Archer. Now, if you like action, stay right where you are. Narrow Margin is a fast-paced thriller that takes place aboard a train. And when you think about it, a train is the perfect setting for suspense. You can't get on or off a speeding train, and you never know what surprises await you behind the closed doors of those little compartments. At Showtime, we bring you lots of surprises, too, but only they're not dangerous. Showtime entertains you like no one can. For an average of $10 or less per month, we have something for everyone, including more than 70 different movies a month and hundreds more to come. We thrill you with exclusive blockbusters like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Mermaids, Misery, and Pump Up the Volume. And we'll also bring you original produced shows exclusively for Showtime audiences like Backtrack, starring Jodie Foster and Dennis Hopper, and Keeper of the City, starring Louis Gossett Jr. Now, these are not to be missed movies, but you will miss them if you don't sign up for Showtime. So be a little daring. Come on, dial 1-800-382-7800 and order Showtime now. I promise you'll get bombarded with an endless variety of exciting entertainment. That includes some of the hottest bouts in championship boxing, comedy specials with today's hottest comedians like Martin Mull, Lily Tomlin, Elaine Boozler, Joan Rivers, Emo Phillips, Judy Tenuta, and Tim Allen. Here's a look.
Men still have the same choices they've had all their lives, but women's got all these new choices. They're all upset about it. We just try to make them happy. I'm be single and just date. Single, job, part-time, then date. Date, just get job full-time, date half-time. I'll be married to work full-time. Married to work half-time. Married, have children, work. Married, not children, au pair. Married, have pool boy, marry the pool boy. I mean, men's choice is the same as always been. We can work, and penitentiary, basically.
He is a very funny guy. You know, every weeknight between 4 and 6 p.m., Showtime entertains the younger members of our audience with charming children's programs like the animated series Storybook Classics and the award-winning drama Grandpa. Our free preview lasts until midnight Sunday, and if you order Showtime between now and then, you'll even get an installation discount. Once again, that number to call is 1-800-382-7800. And right now, Ann Archer and Gene Hackman are on a collision course with trouble in the action-packed R-rated thriller Narrow Margin.
Hi, this is Paul Reiser, and you are watching Showtime's free preview weekend. You know, I've been sitting here, and I keep hearing bells ringing. I don't know if my car was on fire or if I was late for gym class. Turns out, it's the phones. The phones have been ringing unbelievably. People are calling in to sign up for all the great entertainment that Showtime has to offer. So don't be left out. Call. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-382-7800. Or if there's a local number on your screen, dial that instead. And don't worry about the ringing. I will be able to handle the ringing. The question is, can you handle all of Showtime's great entertainment like this?
What would I do if I ran a premium TV network? Well, let me tell you. First, I'd get the best movies money could buy, and I'd never cut them up with commercials. You know, stuff like Three Men and a Little Lady, and Mermaids with Cher, and Green Card, and Look Who's Talking too. Scary stuff like Misery, and Arachnophobia. I'd get romantic stuff with Sean Connery for my wife, and for my kids, those green guys with the pizza. And for the real little ones, I'd have their favorite stories, and lots of music too. And then I'd make movies with stars like Jodie Foster, Dennis Hopper, Barbara Hershey, John Travolta, and Lou Gossett Jr. And I'd make my own comedy specials with Tim Allen and Elaine Boozler in The Super One. And I'd have championship boxing. And I'd have interviews with the stars and go behind the scenes. And I'd hire those guys who say stuff like,
The following program is presented exclusively on Showtime.
Showtime? It's true. They do entertain you like no one can.
Showtime entertains you like no one can. Believe it. There's something for everyone, including the best comedy specials around. As a matter of fact, Showtime is where you'll find my own comedy special, Paul Reiser, 3.5 blocks from home. At Showtime, you'll also get the blockbuster movies, you get the championship boxing, and quality family programs that everyone can enjoy, young or old, tall or short, aerobically fit, or even if you need somebody to smack that bag of corn chips out of your hand periodically. They have something for everybody. With Showtime, You enjoy great entertainment. And if you order Showtime during this free preview weekend, you'll also get cake. No cake. I was kidding. There's no cake at all. But you get a discount on installation. So call them now. Call 1-800-382-7800. And while you're dialing, watch this. Watch. And dial.
It's a Showtime original movie.
Oh, that's so good, hon.
She sold fantasies by phone. He wanted her in a special way.
I like hurting people, Angel.
In the flesh. One rogue cop stood between her and...
I'm very good at what I do. And what I do is nasty.
Deborah Harry, Tim Thomerson, James Russo, a Showtime original movie, Intimate Stranger. Premieres November 15th only on Showtime.
I watch Showtime. I watch a lot of it because of the features. I like the original features. I like what happens on cable, generally. It's expanded. My ability to do parts that maybe I might not do in features or could never do in commercial television. So the employment alone is incredible. Showtime affords me an extension on my career, a kind of character that I may not have a chance to play, and it makes more credibility for them and more subscribers.
In the last year, Showtime subscribers have enjoyed many great original movies, like Paris Trout, set in the Deep South with Dennis Hopper, Ed Harris, and Barbara Hershey. Chains of Gold, a modern-day thriller with John Travolta and Mary Lou Henner. Backtrack, a suspenseful drama starring Jodie Foster, and Black Rainbow, a psychological thriller starring Rosanna Arquette, Tim Hulse, and Jason Robards.
God chose, Martha, to be a link with loved ones on the other side.
Now, Lou Gossett stars in the Showtime original movie, Keeper of the City.
I've always wanted to tell the story like Keeper of the City. The leading character is an Italian cop from Chicago. His name is Della, and his assistant is Bridger. So I read it, and I said, well, Bridger is a nice part, but it's kind of small for me. And they said, no. We want you to play Della. By casting me in this part, the complexities get bigger and bigger. And there's a riveting effect in approaching your moments and your scenes. And it went like a shot.
You trust that kind of justice? Some guy out there with a shotgun?
Keeper of the City. Action, adventure, a lot of crazy people going Hollywood, some love and loneliness, and fascination.
Sharpshooter Tom Selleck has been hired to clean up this town. His plans are about to backfire.
Good of you to drop in again.
His employer is a tad moody.
Oh, by the way, you're fired.
His new assistant is hit or miss. But if anybody can teach a lesson in labor relations, it's Tom Selleck.
Is everybody in this country as butt ugly as you three?
And Laura San Giacomo.
Take me if you want to, Roy.
In Quigley Down Under. World television premiere next Friday on Showtime.
Hi, I'm Jeff Cesario, and you, of course, are you sitting at home enjoying our little preview. And you know, there is so much to enjoy as a regular subscriber to Showtime. You've got hit movies, you got concerts, you got comedy specials, which is where I come in. You got original series, and they're available only on Showtime. And it's never been easier to become a subscriber. Just pick up the phone now. Dial 1-800-382-7800 and tell the operator you want Showtime. If you call right now, you can even get a special discount on installation. So go on. What is keeping you? 1-800-382-7800 for great entertainment, 24 hours a day, every day. It's Showtime. You can't beat it.
Seems like only yesterday they were 3 men and a baby. Now,
How many of you are married?
Mommy's been swept off her feet.
I'm stunned.
And if she's not rescued from one bad move, Mary and her men are in deep sheep.
It's a Stepford school.
When Tom Selleck, the daddy, Steve Guttenberg, the papa, and Ted Danson, the father,
Hey, I don't want to talk about me.
star in 3 Men and a Little Lady. Premiering November 17th on Showtime.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Harris, and you are watching Showtime's free preview weekend. Now, if you don't already have Showtime, you are missing out on some great stuff, because Showtime has something for everyone. Comedy specials, championship boxing, children's programs, and exclusive movies like this. Take a look.
Oh, Paul, can I read each chapter when you finish? I can fill in the ends. Will she be her old self now that Ian has dug her out, or will she have amnesia?
Have to wait.
Will she still love him with that special, perfect love?
You'll have to wait.
Not even a hint? Oh, Misery's alive! Misery's alive! Oh, it's so romantic. Oh, this whole house is going to be filled with romance. I'm going to put on my Liberace records. You do like Liberace, don't you?
Whenever he played Radio City, who do you think was right there in the front row?
I'm going to play my records all day long to inspire you. He's my all-time favorite.
All the networks should take a look at what Showtime's doing in terms of family and children's programming, because they're really putting a lot more on the air now and mixing it in with the movies and the specials and the comedy.
How many rednecks we have here tonight?
He's hipper than Red Butler and Ted Turner combined. So Jeff Foxworthy is here to alert you, you just might be a redneck.
If you refer to the 5th grade as my senior year, if you can burp and say your name at the same time, if you think the Nutcracker is something you did off the high dive,
Then join the good old boisterous crowd for Jeff Foxworthy, You Might Be a Redneck. Premiering next Friday on Showtime.
It's all these differences now. It's choices. That's where the difference comes from. Men still have the same choices they've had all their lives, but women's got all these new choices. They're all upset about it. We just try to make them happy. I'm be single and just date. Single, job, part-time, then date. Date, just get job full-time, date half-time. I'll be married to work full-time. Married to work half-time. Married, have children, work. Married, not children, au pair. Married, have pool boy, marry the pool boy. I mean, men's choice is the same as always been. We can work, penitentiary, basically.
They said Vietnam was over. The Army just needed a few eager volunteers.
This is the hard part.
To straighten up and fly right.
I don't want to go first. Okay, I'll go first. No, I don't want to go second.
And who better than Mel Gibson?
What do you say?
And Robert Downey Jr.
Why is everyone so unfriendly? Well, they haven't gotten to know us yet.
When the game is world peace, your country needs you to stay cool.
I'm quitting.
In Air America. Saturday on Showtime.
Bill Harris back with a question for all you nostalgia fans. Ready? When you were young, what was your favorite button on the television set? My favorite button, I will never forget, was the vertical hold. Spin that puppy, you got action. You also ticked off everyone else in the room. Well, today my favorite television button is right here on the phone. The buttons you'll use to get action when you call and order Showtime. The buttons that will give you the best TV on TV. 1-800-382-7800. Make that call. Talk to one of these folks here and tell them you want hit movies. You want great comedy, championship boxing, family programming, specials and series and action and romance, and a whole lot more. Or just tell them you want Showtime. They'll get the message, and you'll get the very best there is.
Great entertainment is just a phone call away. Order Showtime now.
We bring you the stars.
Move in and take your position.
Like no one can.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, boys, let's go.
Meet a scout leader with a different idea of wildlife.
Who are you? Phyllis Neffler, Troop Beverly Hills.
Who'd never let her girls think she's over the hill.
Lie down and open your mouth.
Last time I did this, I got more than a patch for it.
And who's not afraid to show them how to make a big splash.
Isn't nature fabulous, girls?
Shelley Long's a trooper in Troop Beverly Hills, Monday on Showtime.
Hi, Brian Regan here, professional entertainer. Are you tired of juggling around on your TV dial looking for consistent, quality entertainment? Well, juggle no more, because you can order Showtime today by calling 1-800 382-7800, and you'll get terrific family programs, you'll get championship boxing, hysterical comedy specials, and everything else that Showtime has to offer. So just call the number 1-800-382-7800 today. Showtime. We entertain you like no one can.
The new Man of Steel is back.
Thank you for not smoking.
And this time, crime's really out to test his mettle.
He's one of mine. I want him back on his feet.
Will our hero end up beside himself?
You take away the plastic and metal and wires, and you're just a couple of chunks on a coroner's table. You're not even a corpse.
The results may just shock you. RoboCop 2. Sunday on Showtime.
Hi, everyone. I'm Janelle Arison. I've always been dazzled by the world of showbiz, the excitement, the glamour, the thrills, and that's why I'm a fan of Showtime. During this free preview weekend at Showtime, you get to catch all of our great entertainment absolutely free. Showtime is always full of surprises. You never know what you're going to get. Movies, comedy specials, championship boxing, or maybe some of our quality family programming. And that's because Showtime entertains you like no one can. Here, take a look.
What would I do if I ran a premium TV network? Well, let me tell you. First, I'd get the best movies money could buy, and I'd never cut them up with commercials. You know, stuff like Three Men and a Little Lady, and Mermaids with Cher, and Green Card, and Look Who's Talking too. Scary stuff like Misery, and Arachnophobia. I'd get romantic stuff with Sean Connery for my wife, and for my kids, those green guys with the pizza. And for the real little ones, I'd have their favorite stories, and lots of music too. And then I'd make movies with stars like Jodie Foster, Dennis Hopper, Barbara Hershey, John Travolta, and Lou Gossett Jr. And I'd make my own comedy specials with Tim Allen and Elaine Boozler in The Super One. And I'd have championship boxing. And I'd have interviews with the stars and go behind the scenes. And I'd hire those guys who say stuff like,
The following program is presented exclusively on Showtime.
Showtime? It's true. They do entertain you like no one can.
And those are just some of the terrific reasons to subscribe to Showtime. We have something for everyone, you know, and that includes a discount on installation if you order Showtime during this free preview. Now, our operators are anxiously awaiting your call. They are. The number is 1-800-382-7800, or if there's a local number on your screen, you can dial that instead. Then you can sit back and let yourself be entertained by our exciting lineup of programs. More great entertainment is on the way, but first, watch this.
The following movie is brought to you by Showtime, unedited and commercial-free.
The amazing thing about Mel Gibson, well, one of the amazing things, is that he's believable in any role he plays. You know, he's as good in Shakespeare as he is in action adventures like Air America. Hi, I'm Janelle Arison, and in just a few minutes, Showtime's free preview weekend continues with Deceptions, a steamy, erotic Showtime original thriller starring L.A. Law's Harry Hamlin and his new wife, Nicolette Sheridan of Knots Landing.
You thought it was me all along, didn't you?
Adrian, put the gun down.
And what about Marta? Well, let's see, now, she didn't exist, did she?
Listen to me. I'm sorry. I believe you.
She's just a character I invented to mislead the police.
Deceptions is just one of the original movies produced exclusively for Showtime audiences. Dennis Hopper, who starred in the Showtime original movie, Paris Trout, is busy completing a new movie just for Showtime viewers. It's a romantic thriller called Backtrack, and wait until you hear this cast. Dennis Hopper, Jodie Foster, Charlie Sheen, John Turturro, Dean Stockwell, and Joe Pesci. Stop me when you've heard enough? Showtime also brings you vintage classics every Tuesday night, and of course, our exclusive blockbuster hits like Three Men and a Little Lady, starring three very hot actors, Tom Selleck, Ted Danson, and Steve Guttenberg. Now, I wonder if they could play Shakespeare. We also have Romance with Andy McDowell and Gérard Depardieu in the hit Green Card, plus Arachnophobia, which you can see tomorrow on the last night of Showtime's free preview. But don't wait until then to call for your subscription to Showtime. Come on, dial now. It's 1-800-382-7800 or the local number that may appear on your screen, and put in your order. Then you won't miss a beat of Showtime's great lineup of movies, championship boxing, family programming, and comedy specials. By calling during this preview, you also get a great money-saving discount on installation. At Showtime, we entertain you like no one can.
What would I do if I ran a premium TV network? Well, let me tell you. I'd really show them something. First, I'd get the best movies money could buy, and I would never, ever cut them up with commercials. And I'd show lots of fun stuff, like Three Men and a Little Lady, and Mermaids with Cher. I always liked her. You know, stuff everybody likes. Green Card, L.A. Story with Steve Martin. Way to go, Steve. And Look Who's Talking too. Scary stuff like Misery. Ooh, that bit with the sledgehammer. And Arachnophobia. Ugh, I hate spiders.
There's no spider here.
Oh, sure. But my wife liked romantic stuff with Sean Connery. And that Michelle Pfeiffer isn't bad either. And I'd have plenty of stuff for my kids. You know, Teenage Ninja Mutant, Cowabingo. You know, those crazy green guys with the pizza.
Aha! Touchdown! Yeah!
And for the real little ones, I'd have their favorite stories told to them by big Hollywood stars. And I'd have lots of music, too. And then I'd make movies with stars like Jodie Foster, Dennis Hopper, Barbara Hershey, John Travolta, and Lou Gossett Jr. Yeah, and I'd make my own comedy specials, too, with Tim Allen and Elaine Boozler and the Super One. And I'd have boxing. Yeah, I'd hire the best
Sportscaster I know to say things like, oh, what a right hand, and oh, what a pounding.
And did I tell you that I like classic movies with Gene Kelly and the King? Uh-huh. That's right. And I'd have interviews with the stars and stories about how they make movies. And I'd have really nice graphics to tell you what's on when. And I'd hire those guys who talk
like this and say stuff like, the following program is presented exclusively on Showtime.
Hey, did I say Showtime? I guess it's true. They really do entertain you like no one can.
Hi, Tim Allen here for OHA Sales. I'm kidding. I'm here for Showtime, and for all of you out there wondering, no, this isn't a telethon. Actually, it is a telethon. That's what it is, the Tim Allen Telethon. I'm kidding. Join me and send me tools and money, pocket change, anything you have, diamonds, jewelry, and I'll just take them. No, I'm just kidding. All these operas behind me are busy taking your calls. Your calls for the stars, the glamour, the comedy, the music, the family of shows, the public executions, the canister vacuum, the blockbuster hits that Showtime brings you 24 hours a day. You'd think somebody would get tired, but no. These people are such hard workers, they just run stuff 24 hours a day for your enjoyment. So call 1-800-382-7800 to get the great entertainment on Showtime. Or call the local number on your screen. Just look at all these operators. These are college graduates, cum gludes and clum glaudes and all that high school stuff. These are intelligent people hired here at the highest possible dollar to be very nice on the phone to you people. They're here at the Showtime phone bank, giving advice and helping you out, ready to take your call and give you a generous discount on installation just for signing up. It'd be easier. Oh, I got a headache. So give us a call. 1-800-382-7800. Find out for yourself why this is so cheesy. No, Showtime. We entertain you like no one can.
It's a Showtime original movie.
Oh, that's so good, hon.
She sold fantasies by phone. He wanted her in a special way.
I like hurting people, Angel.
In the flesh. One rogue cop stood between her and...
I'm very good at what I do. And what I do is nasty.
Deborah Harry, Tim Thomerson, James Russo, a Showtime original movie, Intimate Stranger. Premieres November 15th, only on Showtime.
People ask, is it tough to watch yourself in your special? To me, what would be really hard is to watch my special if I wasn't in it. that would be shocking, you know, and I have that fear that I'll, you know, maybe the second, third time that Showtime runs the thing, I'm just going to watch it and it'll be another actor playing me, like a young Paul Reiser type, and it would just be so sad.
What would I do if I ran a premium TV network? Well, let me tell you. First, I'd get the best movies money could buy, and I'd never cut them up with commercials. You know, stuff like Three Men and a Little Lady, and Mermaids with Cher, and Green Card, and Look Who's Talking too. Scary stuff like Misery, and Arachnophobia. I'd get romantic stuff with Sean Connery for my wife, and for my kids, those green guys with the pizza. And for the real little ones, I'd have their favorite stories, and lots of music too. And then I'd make movies with stars like Jodie Foster, Dennis Hopper, Barbara Hershey, John Travolta, and Lou Gossett Jr. And I'd make my own comedy specials with Tim Allen and Elaine Boozler in the Super One. And I'd have championship boxing. And I'd have interviews with the stars and go behind the scenes. And I'd hire those guys who say stuff like,
The following program is presented exclusively on Showtime.
Showtime? It's true. They do entertain you like no one can.
How many rednecks we have here tonight?
He's hipper than Rhett Butler and Ted Turner combined. So Jeff Foxworthy is here to alert you, you just might be a redneck.
If you refer to the 5th grade as my senior year, if you can burp and say your name at the same time, if you think the Nutcracker is something you did off the high dive,
then join the good old boisterous crowd for Jeff Foxworthy, You Might Be a Redneck. Premiering Friday on Showtime.
Hi, Super Dave Osborne here, and I can't tell you how excited I am to be an exclusive member of the Showtime family. If you're not familiar with my award-winning series, now is the time to catch it. We're in our 4th season already. Can you imagine how much fun you've missed? It's unlike any other show on television. I also want to talk to you right now about the superhuman excitement of all of Showtime comedy. This year alone, Showtime will bring you over 200 stand-up comics. Joan Rivers, Elaine Boozler, Yakov Smirnoff, Paul Reiser, and many, many more. Tim Allen, Judy Tenuta, Ema Phillips. If they're great, Showtime has them. You're not going to want to miss it. And as a real topper, there's the annual Just for Laughs Montreal International Comedy Festival, which happens to be the largest comedy event in the Western Hemisphere. Unbelievable. If you want to be on the cutting edge of comedy, and on the edge of your seat with a thrilling prospect of watching my show, Super Dave, call 1-800-382-7800. Showtime. We entertain you like no one can.
Super Dave's reputation is under attack.
I almost cried, Michael.
When he's accused of spending fraud.
$500,000 the government to the super teacher.
Can the honest one justify his super expenses?
All right, I don't have to tell you what that costs, do I?
No.
Plus, buy his weightlifting plan now and avoid the crush.
5,000 pounds.
On the next Super Dave.
November 9th.
Hi, everyone. I'm Janelle Arison. I've always been dazzled by the world of showbiz, the excitement, the glamour, the thrills, and that's why I'm a fan of Showtime. During this free preview weekend at Showtime, you get to catch all of our great entertainment absolutely free. Showtime is always full of surprises. You never know what you're going to get. Movies, comedy specials, championship boxing, or maybe some of our quality family programming. And that's because Showtime entertains you like no one can. Here, take a look.
What would I do if I ran a premium TV network? Well, let me tell you. First, I'd get the best movies money could buy, and I'd never cut them up with commercials. You know, stuff like Three Men and a Little Lady, and Mermaids with Cher, and Green Card, and Look Who's Talking too. Scary stuff like Misery, and arachnophobia. I'd get romantic stuff with Sean Connery for my wife. And for my kids, those green guys with the pizza. And for the real little ones, I'd have their favorite stories and lots of music, too. And then I'd make movies with stars like Jodie Foster, Dennis Hopper, Barbara Hershey, John Travolta, and Lou Gossett Jr. And I'd make my own comedy specials with Tim Allen and Elaine Boozler in The Super One. And I'd have championship boxing. And I'd have interviews with the stars and go behind the scenes. And I'd hire those guys who say stuff like,
The following program is presented exclusively on Showtime.
Showtime? It's true. They do entertain you like no one can.
And those are just some of the terrific reasons to subscribe to Showtime. We have something for everyone, you know, and that includes a discount on installation if you order Showtime during this free preview. Now, our operators are anxiously awaiting your call. They are. The number is 1-800-382-7800, or if there's a local number on your screen, you can dial that instead. Then you can sit back and let yourself be entertained by our exciting lineup of programs. More great entertainment is on the way, but first, watch this.
The following exclusive movie is brought to you by Showtime, unedited and commercial-free.
At one time or another, all of us have fought over the television with our sister or brother, haven't we? Touch that dial and you lose a hand? Well, that won't happen with Showtime because we have something for everyone. Hi, I'm Janelle Arison, and this is Showtime's free preview weekend where you can sample some of the great entertainment we have to offer absolutely free. Now, once you've seen the great entertainment we have to offer, you will want to pick up that phone and call 1-800-382-7800 or the local number on the screen to call Showtime. Then you'll get to see exclusive movies like Misery, Mermaids, Look Who's Talking To, 3 Men and a Little Lady, and L.A. Story starring Steve Martin, and the action comedy Air America with Mel Gibson, which is coming up in just a few minutes. At Showtime, we have over 70 different movies a month, shown uncut and absolutely commercial-free. And we're committed to bringing you even more, over 500 exclusive blockbusters over the next 5 years alone. Showtime also has original movies with big-name actors like Jodie Foster, Dennis Hopper, and Barbara Hershey. Now, these are movies made just for Showtime subscribers like you can be. That means they've never been seen before. At Showtime, we make sure that everyone in our audience is entertained. Over the last year, Showtime's collection of quality family programming has been growing by leaps and bounds. Children still have a great time with Family Time, weeknights from 4 to 6 p.m., and on Tuesdays, we've added Family Hour from 7 to 8 p.m. The whole family can enjoy shows like this award-winning wildlife series, Owl TV, and new shows like Orchestra, which takes a witty, whimsical look at the inner workings of an orchestra. It's hosted by actor-comedian Dudley Moore and features the world-famous conductor, Sir George Schulte.
You come behind me. I really don't want to do this.
Ta-ta! Showtime entertains you like no one can, and all for an average of just 35 cents a day or less. Now, these days, that doesn't even get you a pack of gum. But it will get you championship boxing on Showtime. We're always bringing you the hottest bouts in the business. Plus, every month, Steve Albert takes you behind the scenes in the world of boxing with the Showtime Championship Boxing Report. Now, that same 35 cents also gets you the crazy antics of the country's top comedians, including Paul Reiser and Tim Allen. Showtime's free preview weekends ends tomorrow night at midnight. But don't wait until then to call us. I mean, who knows? You might get tied up with something and miss out on the installation discount, which is good only until tomorrow night. So to order Showtime, call 1-800-382-7800 or dial the local number on your screen. With both numbers, you get an installation discount. And right now, let's go to Brian Regan.
Thanks, Janelle. I know you're probably out there, you're lounging around, you're relaxing, you're watching TV, you probably have a remote in your hand. Actually, that's a pretty good workout, you know, you're pushing all those buttons. That's good for the fingers and the hand. But if you want to get more of a workout, here's what I want you to do. I want you to reach for that phone. Just reach. reach, grab that phone and pull, and you can feel all of that up in here. And to even get more of a workout, push 1-800-382-7800 or the local number on your screen if one appears. That's a lot of reps right there. So you're going to get a whole workout. Your fingers, your hands, your arms, your whole upper body is moving, getting one incredible cardiovascular workout. And on top of that, you're getting Showtime with the great movies, the championship boxing, fun family programs, and hysterical comedy specials like mine. Something's Wrong with the Regan Boy.
Once again, another Saturday Night Live alumnus makes it to the movie big time. We're, of course, talking about Dana Carvey, whom you just saw starring in Opportunity Knocks. I tell you, Saturday Night Live is like a training ground for movie stardom. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Jane Curtin, Eddie Murphy, Belushi, Billy Crystal, and more. Just some of the Saturday Night Live comics who've hit it big on the big screen. Who's next? Have to wait and see. Bill Harris back, welcoming you back to the second day of our free preview weekend here at Showtime. So far, we've seen lots of great movies, including the action-adventure Total Recall with Arnold and the thriller Narrow Margin with Gene Hackman. And that's just an infinitesimally small sampling of the exclusive blockbuster films that we show all the time on Showtime. We present more than 70 different movies each and every month. Comedies, dramas, adventures, romance. We have fairy tale romance with Julia Roberts and Richard Gere in Pretty Woman. We have John Travolta and Kirstie Alley teaming together in the hit comedy Look Who's Talking To. And later tonight, we'll see another team, Mel Gibson and Robert Downey Jr., as two rather unconventional pilots in the action comedy Air America.
There's no two ways about it, you know. We gotta drop. No, man. Yeah, we gotta drop with sniper bait. Well, what's the procedure? Who goes first? Well, there's not really any hard and fast rules about crashing straight through a cockpit. Why don't you go first? No, I don't want to go first. Okay, I'll go first. No, I don't want to go second. All right. Okay, we'll toss the coin. Call. Tails. Is that heads? Tails. What is that? Tails. It's heads, isn't it? That's tails.
I'll go and look, okay?
Like that scene. Those guys may have trouble piloting a plane, but you know they could navigate to the phone. Good tie-in, Bill, especially if it's to call 1-800-382-7800, especially if it's to order Showtime. And fair warning, tomorrow's the final day, last day, of Showtime's free preview weekend. If you don't sign up soon, you're going to miss out on the terrific entertainment. The programming we show uncut, commercial-free, for just about 35 cents a day or less. Gone will be the exclusive blockbuster movies from Showtime, all 500 of them. And gone will be Showtime's original movies, like the Emmy-nominated drama Paris Trout, starring Dennis Hopper and Barbara Hershey. That'll be a thing of the past. Gone will be comedy with Paul Reiser, Joan Rivers, Super Dave, Elaine Boozler. You'll also miss our special festivals, like the Julia Roberts triple feature, or the upcoming Tom Selleck triple feature. And the kids, they can say goodbye to the imaginative world of Owl TV and to the upcoming bedtime stories, which Shelley Duvall is producing exclusively for Showtime. Instead of all this great entertainment, you'll be left with static, emptiness, nothing. 1-800-382-7800. You deserve Showtime. To sweeten the deal, you'll even save money and get a discount on installation, but only if you order during the free preview weekend. Right now, my friend Janelle Harrison to tell you more.
Thanks, Bill. Hi, everyone. Being at the Showtime phone center always reminds me of that scene in Bye Bye Birdie where all the kids are enthusiastically chatting on the phone. Only here, as far as I can tell, no one is gossiping about Hugo and Kim. Now, we have something much more important on hand. We're signing up new Showtime subscribers so that when our preview ends at midnight Sunday, they won't be left without our lineup of great entertainment. You know, for an average of $10 or less per month, Showtime brings you a variety of entertainment that will please everyone. We entertain you like no one can with over 70 different movies a month. We have got comedies, dramas, adventures, westerns, and romances with stars like Sean Connery, Meryl Streep, Julia Roberts, and Steve Martin. Now, many of our movies are exclusives you can't see anywhere else, like the creepy, crawly Arachnophobia with John Goodman and the insane comedy Madhouse with Kirstie Alley. We also have original movies made exclusively for Showtime like Keeper of the City, starring Lou Gossett Jr., and you won't want to miss the upcoming premiere of Backtrack, a romantic thriller starring Jodie Foster and Dennis Hopper, who also directed. And at Showtime, you can always find vintage classics like one of my favorites, Bye Bye Birdie. But Showtime is more than movies, you know. It's championship boxing with Tyson, Leonard, and Hearns. It's comedy specials like Tim Allen Rewires America. And it's delightful family programs that parents and children can enjoy together. Showtime has something for everyone. I think I see a free operator over there, so quickly, pick up the phone and dial 1-800-382-7800 to order Showtime. You know, order now and you'll get a discount on installation. And, by the way, did you hear about Hugo and Kim?
What would I do if I ran a premium TV network? Well, let me tell you. First, I'd get the best movies money could buy, and I'd never cut them up with commercials. You know, stuff like Three Men and a Little Lady, and Mermaids with Cher, and Green Card, and Look Who's Talking To, too. Scary stuff like Misery, and Arachnophobia. I'd get romantic stuff with Sean Connery for my wife, and for my kids, those green guys with the pizza. And for the real little ones, I'd have their favorite stories, and lots of music, too. And then I'd make movies with stars like Jodie Foster, Dennis Hopper, Barbara Hershey, John Travolta, and Lou Gossett Jr. And I'd make my own comedy specials with Tim Allen and Elaine Boozler in The Super One. And I'd have championship boxing. And I'd have interviews with the stars and go behind the scenes. And I'd hire those guys who say stuff like,
The following program is presented exclusively on Showtime.
Showtime? It's true. They do entertain you like no one can.
Hi, I'm Bill Harris.
And I'm Janelle Arison, and we're glad you could join us for Showtime's free preview weekend. Sibling rivalry will be up in just a few minutes, but first it's time for a little Showtime trivia.
Absolutely. You introduce it, I do it, and I have one for Janelle right now. What celebrity began training as an opera singer at the age of 12? Give you a hint, she is an actress.
Oh, well, Showtime has over 70 different movies a month, and you figure about one actress a movie, that's 70 actresses right there. Well, that really narrows down the category, Bill. Thanks a lot.
I didn't say it was going to be a big hint, Janelle, but it does rule out championship boxing, doesn't it? It rules out family time programming. It rules out comedy specials. You know, those categories.
Yeah, I know Showtime has something for everyone, but right now I'm concerned with movies. Gosh, you know, there's so many to choose from. Dramas, comedies, romances, and classics. We have original movies made exclusively for Showtime audiences. Will you just give me a minute?
You've taken more than a minute already, Janelle. But while she does, let me give you the number to call so you can order Showtime. You've seen our programming. Put it in your living room, 1-800-382-7800. Or if you see a local number on your screen, call that one. And if you call during the free preview, you'll save money. You'll get a discount on installation.
Oh, don't forget to tell them that Showtime is a great value at an average of just $10 or less per month.
I wasn't going to forget, but you're supposed to be solving the trivia challenge.
Yeah, all right. I give up.
Yay! Da-da-dum-da-dum! An opera singer when she was just 12 years old. Who began training? Meryl Streep. Huh? And if you saw Postcards from the Edge, and if you watch it on Showtime, you catch one of Meryl's rare singing appearances, and good singing. It was real, real good. Don't feel bad, Janelle, after all. I am Showtime's resident movie expert. I am the one you come to for the answers.
Okay, Bill, before we go, I have one for you. What do Chuck Norris and Carlos Ray have in common?
Karate. Something to do with karate.
Yeah, that's part of
it. I don't know. What did Chuck Norris and Carlos Ray have in common?
Everything. Carlos Ray is Chuck Norris. It's the name he was given in birth. So much for knowing all the answers, Mr. Harris.
This is one of those nans, isn't it? Well, you don't come to me for all the answers, but I sure can show you some of the other reasons why Showtime entertains you. No one can.
Travel from Honolulu to San Diego to Providence to meet
America's biggest little entertainer.
You're so full of it.
Tell me, how was your first kiss?
What would you do?
It might happen.
I know what I'd do.
I hate that.
Why, you'll just love it. It's
cruel, but fun.
Hit the road with the Showtime Comedy Club Network.
This is a big round of applause so we can get him out here tonight. Really make him feel at home.
Premiering November 9th on Showtime.
Hi, everyone. I'm Janelle Arison.
And I'm Bill Harris. And Janelle and I spent a lot of time together during Showtime's free preview weekend. So to break up the time, we try to stump each other with trivia questions. Your turn.
It sure is. You know, Showtime is loaded with comedy, right? By the end of 1991, over 200 stand-up comics will have appeared on Showtime, many of whom performed at the Montreal International Comedy Festival. So, I thought we'd pay tribute to Showtime's cast of comic characters with a trivia question about comedy.
Okay, shoot your best shot.
Well, what Showtime comedian was a cocktail waitress in a comedy club before she started serving up barbs as one of the hottest acts on the comedy circuit? Huh, Bill?
Showtime comedian. Judy Tenuta, Carol Leifer, Joan Rivers. It's a tough one. I'd have to take a guess. I have no idea. I give up.
Ah, it was Elaine Boozler.
Oh, I bet she was a tough one.
She sure has come a long way since then, hasn't she? In fact, her fourth Showtime comedy special, Live Nude Girls, premiered earlier this month.
She's so funny. When we say Showtime entertains you like no one can, we mean it. Now, besides great comedy, we bring you more than 70 different films each and every month. And that includes exclusive blockbusters like Sibling Rivalry with Kirstie Alley and Misery starring James Caan, and, of course, Academy Award-winning Kathy Bates.
Ooh, do you think she's related to Norman Bates?
No, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. Showtime also has exclusive movies made exclusively for Showtime audiences. You will not be able to see them anywhere else on television. Currently, they include Dennis Hopper and Barbara Hershey in the Emmy-nominated thriller Paris Trout.
And don't forget Louis Gossett Jr. in The Police Keeper of the City.
Keeper of the City.
That's pretty good, huh?
At Showtime, you'll also find a collection of regularly scheduled family programs, like the award-winning Owl TV, plus the animated series Shelley Duvall's Bedtime Stories, coming soon to Showtime.
Should be great. Plus, our latest series for the whole family, Orchestra, starring Dudley Moore.
That is great, and it's funny, and it's interesting and educational. And the best part of all of this, there are no cereal commercials, because Showtime's program lineup is 100% commercial-free.
And at Showtime, we have something for everyone, including championship boxing for you sports fans. Now, last month, we saw champ Julio Cesar Chavez take on Lonnie Smith. And coming up on November 29th, World Boxing Commission welterweight champ Simon Brown versus Buddy McGirt live from Las Vegas.
That's right, the big one's on Showtime. All this variety of entertainment for an average of just $10 or less each month.
You know, that's a lot less than it would cost for just one night out on the town.
A lot less. A lot less. And if you sign up for Showtime during the free preview weekend, you'll get a money-saving installation discount. You'll save money.
Yeah. So come on, take advantage of this great opportunity. Call 1-800-382-7800 or the local number, if one appears on your screen, to order Showtime now.
Speaking of comedy, if you don't sign up now, joke's on you. So make that call, 1-800-382-7800, order Showtime.
We bring you the stars.
Move in and take your position.
Like no one can.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, boys, let's go.
This is your 90-second all-news channel update on Showtime.
Good evening, I'm Gordon Steinke. Today is Jesse Turner Day in Idaho. The former hostage arrived in his hometown of Boise, where he was greeted by thousands of cheering people. Turner gave his first public statement since being released from Lebanon on Tuesday. He told the crowd, "It's cold, and thank you." It's now a tale of two wars in Yugoslavia. The Yugoslav military has tightened its hold on the port city of Dubrovnik in Croatia. But in neighboring Slovenia, federal troops are retreating, and the Republic president says Slovenia is now free. Tonight's the night somebody could end up $94 million richer. Thousands of Florida residents are hoping it'll be one of them. The Florida Lotto drawing is tonight. At stake, the fourth largest jackpot in U.S. history. People are flooding in by land, sea, and air from out of state to buy tickets before tonight's 11 p.m. drawing. Legendary rock promoter Bill Graham was killed in a helicopter crash near San Francisco last night. Graham helped launch such stars as Janis Joplin and Jefferson Airplane and organized fundraising concerts including Live Aid. Bill Graham was 60. And don't forget, turn your clocks back an hour when you turn in and enjoy your extra hour of sleep. That's our report for now. Thanks for joining us.
This has been an all-news channel update on Showtime.
Sharpshooter Tom Selleck has been hired to clean up this town. His plans are about to backfire.
Good of you to drop in again.
His employer's a tad moody.
Oh, by the way, you're fired.
His new assistant is hit or miss. But if anybody can teach a lesson in labor relations, it's Tom Selleck.
Is everybody in this country as butt ugly as you three?
And Laura San Giacomo.
Take me if you want to, Roy.
In Quigley Down Under. World television premiere Friday on Showtime.
Hi, Tim Allen here for OHA Sales. I'm kidding. I'm here for Showtime, and for all of you out there wondering, no, this isn't a telethon. Actually, it is a telethon. That's what it is, the Tim Allen Telethon. I'm kidding. Join me and send me tools and money, pocket change, anything you have, diamonds, jewelry, and I'll just take them. No, I'm just kidding. All these operas behind me are busy taking your calls. Your calls for the stars, the glamour, the comedy, the music, the family of shows, the public executions, the canister vacuum, the blockbuster hits that Showtime brings you 24 hours a day. You'd think somebody would get tired, but no. These people are such hard workers, they just run stuff 24 hours a day for your enjoyment. So call 1-800-382-7800 to get the great entertainment on Showtime. Or call the local number on your screen. Just look at all these operators. These are college graduates, cum laudes and and all that high school stuff. These are intelligent people hired here at the highest possible dollar to be very nice on the phone to you people. They're here at the Showtime phone bank, giving advice and helping you out, ready to take your call and give you a generous discount on installation just for signing up. It'd be easier. Oh, I got a headache. So give us a call. 1-800-382-7800. Find out for yourself why this is so cheesy. No, Showtime. We entertain you like no one can.
What would I do if I ran a premium TV network? Well, let me tell you. First, I'd get the best movies money could buy, and I'd never cut them up with commercials. You know, stuff like Three Men and a Little Lady, and Mermaids with Cher, and Green Card, and Look Who's Talking too. Scary stuff like Misery, and Arachnophobia. I'd get romantic stuff with Sean Connery for my wife, and for my kids, those green guys with the pizza. And for the real little ones, I'd have their favorite stories, and lots of music too. And then I'd make movies with stars like Jodie Foster, Dennis Hopper, Barbara Hershey, John Travolta, and Lou Gossett Jr. And I'd make my own comedy specials with Tim Allen and Elaine Boozler in the Super One. And I'd have championship boxing. And I'd have interviews with the stars and go behind the scenes. And I'd hire those guys who say stuff like,
The following program is presented exclusively on Showtime.
Showtime? It's true. They do entertain you like no one can.
Bill Harris back with you again. Welcome back. And reminding you that coming up in just a few minutes, it's Carl Reiner's lunatic comedy, Sibling Rivalry, starring Kirstie Alley. Just part of our free preview weekend here at Showtime. Just more proof that Showtime entertains you like no one can. And we take our entertainment very seriously, especially when it's funny. You can't beat Showtime for comedy. We have lots of ways to make you laugh. Every month on Showtime, you'll see over 70 different motion pictures, many of them exclusive blockbuster comedies, like Three Men and a Little Lady, like L.A. Story, or Air America, coming up later tonight with the one and only Mel Gibson. Now, to further satisfy your comic cravings, Showtime also has some of the biggest and brightest of the country's stand-up comedy stars. Two examples, Judy Tenuta and Paul Reiser. In fact, Paul's going to be here in just a few minutes to officially introduce our next motion picture. But before we get to the crazy family antics of Sibling Rivalry, our own Elaine Boozler has a little something to say about her own sibling rivalries.
Sibling rivalry is a terrible thing. I didn't have it with my sister. She went her own way. My sister got pregnant in high school. Fast thinker, told my parents it was a science project. My parents sent her away. They thought nobody knew. The neighbors would say, "Where's Lynn?" My mother would say, "Well, she's vacationing in Puerto Rico." Neighbors would say, "Why would a pregnant girl want a vacation in Puerto Rico?"
I like Elaine. You have a few more minutes before Sibling Rivalry begins, and you have time to dial 1-800-382-7800. You see a local number on your screen, call that one instead. But order Showtime. Give yourself a bonus, a gift, the thrill of entertainment around the clock. For an average of 35 cents or less a day, you get this variety of really great entertainment right in the comfort of your very own home. An average of 35 cents a day. It's worth it just for the comedy alone. It's worth it just for no commercials. But at Showtime, you also get big Hollywood hits. Hits like the Stephen King thriller Misery, starring James Caan and Academy Award-winning Kathy Bates. Or the dramatic comedy Postcards from the Edge, wow, starring Meryl Streep and Shirley MacLaine. Showtime also brings you original movies, movies made just for our Showtime subscribers. Dennis Hopper proves once again how scary he can be in the Emmy-nominated Paris Trout. Dennis also directed and stars with Jodie Foster in the upcoming Showtime thriller Backtrack. He's one busy guy. Now, for those of you who like to watch other guys getting punched in the face, Showtime has championship boxing. If you had Showtime last month, you'd have seen Julio Cesar Chavez and Lonnie Smith face off in the ring. Now that's entertainment. And kids, well, Showtime hasn't forgotten you. Every single weekday from 4 to 6 p.m., Showtime presents programs like Crisscross, a brand new show about a group of rather mischievous boys at a prep school. Like all the entertainment at Showtime, it's commercial-free. No advertisements for cereal interrupting the action. Pick up the phone. 1-800-382-7800. Order Showtime, and if you call now, you'll save money on installation. That's no joke. Joke? Did someone say Paul Reiser?
Thanks, Bill. Paul Reiser here. You know, every business has its legends. There are movie legends like Garbo, Bogart, Monroe. In music, you have Beethoven and Elvis. Go to a truck stop diner, and there are truck driver legends, guys like Wildcat Bob, Bobo, and a guy named Zeke, who I understand in the early 50s actually ate 1,100 pounds of chili and no beverage in one sitting. That's in one sitting. In the comedy business, there are great legends like Carl Reiner. Carl Reiner started out on live TV and then brought his humor to the motion picture business. You can sample the comic genius of director Carl Reiner right now with the madcap comedy Sibling Rivalry. It stars Kirstie Alley as an uptight housewife who takes some advice from her bohemian sister, played by Jamie Gertz. Here is Sibling Rivalry, rated PG-13.